So good morning one and all present here. I am here to present costing. So in the apparel marketing for the second unit and for the development of the industry or company, we need costing. Costing is meant by next cost. Uh, Cost can be defined as the monetary value spent to acquire something. What is meant by that? So cost is the thing which we use to get something or to buy something. Is it right? Yes. Then what is meant by costing then? Costing is defined as the process of ascertaining cost that is involved in producing a particular product. Yes, you all accept, right? Cost, the costing and cost accounting. There are three different terms are there in the costing. Cost is a particular value of a product and costing is the thing which we are ascertaining for a manufacturing of the product, the cost involved for manufacturing of the product. And cost accounting means recording. Yes, recording or make a note of it, like that it will come. Okay, so cost accounting is referred as the process of accounting and recording of cost which is involved in producing the particular product. Okay, yes. Next, so there are two basic methods of costing. Number one is specific order costing and number two is continuous operation costing. The name itself indicates that specific order costing means specifically the cost will be given for a particular manufacturing process. Okay. Continuous operation costing referred to as the process will be continuing. In the manufacturing process, the process will be a continuing process from starting to the packaging. So the cost involved in each and every process can be calculated in the batches, or it can be calculated based on the job. It can be calculated based on the outsourcing or any raw materials or packaging, whatever may be the process it is. So there are again these two costing will be divided into many costing types that we will be going to see. Now the costing, specific order costing, the types which are involved in specific order costing are. So let me explain again about the specific order costing. Specific order costing is the category of basic costing methods which is applicable for separate jobs or batches, which is authorized by specific order or a contract. So there are different types of specific order costing itself. There are job costing, batch costing and contract costing which are involved in this specific order costing for a particular job or particular job or particular process, or to make the process or to make the manufacturing process to complete it. And continuous operation costing is used where the goods or services being costed for the as a result of continuous or repetitive operations. Like we can take example as garment industry. It is a continuous process, right? From manufacturing of fiber to the manufacturing of the garment. It is a continuous process where a particular company will be engaging for every other process, or it can be outsourced also. So there if it is a continuous process in a particular company itself, then that can be categorized under continuous operation costing. If it is outsourcing type, or if we are running only apparel industry, manufacturing apparels, the other things, the yarn, the fabric, the trims and accessories which we are outsourcing, no, that industry will come under specific order costing. Okay, so next one. So we are going to see what are all the types in under specific order costing: job costing, contract costing, batch costing and target costing. Under continuous operations costing, process costing, single or output costing, and operation costing and multiple costing. Okay, first we are going to see job costing. Under this method, costs are ascertained for each work order separately. Yes, as each job has its own specification and scope. There are if we give a particular order to a particular company, or if we give a particular order to a outsourcing company, there are differences in each and every operations, right? If for packaging, for example, there may be amount of work done is very limited. Yes, they prepare a die. If we give an order of 4x4 box, okay, they already have the die, they already have the samples or templates with them. Yes. So if we give the order, they just go and they procure the raw material and they do the job order easily. There are some difficult jobs. There are some die changing jobs, or there are some modifications have to be done. Yeah. So for that and all, the costing may be different. For that only we are separating this as job costing. For every other order there are some complications. There are not complications, or there is no complications also. So for that we are categorizing as job costing. Example: painting, car repair, decorations, repair of building, this and all comes under job costing. This, we can take the plumber as a best example, right? For the works which are done after the construction, like that. Other examples we can give as for the application of putting labels in the garment. It is a job which is almost the product will be done. Final job which is to be done is the attachment of label. That can be categorized under job costing. Okay. The next one is contract costing. The name itself indicates what? Contract. What is meant by contract? Agreement. Yes. So we are giving the contract, or we are assigning the work to the particular company, or any company or a firm. Okay. Under this method, costing is done for big jobs. Contract costing is done for big jobs compared to job costing, which involves heavy expenditure and stretches over a long period, and often it is undertaken at different sites. Each contract is treated as separate unit for costing. Each contract is different. Yes. So that is why they are referring as separate unit. This is also known as terminal costing. Means what? Terminal means the costing which is ending over there. If the contract is ending, the costing will also be ending. We cannot carry over the for the next contract. We can there may be difference. Yeah. So contract costing can be different for every other contract. So that's why it is called as terminal costing. Construction of bridges, roads, buildings, it will be coming under contract costing. You all know that, right? Contract, giving contract, building contract, and what? Garment construction contract, everything and all comes under this contract costing. Yes. Then next is batch costing. This method of costing is used where the unit produced in the batch are uniform in nature and design. For the purpose of costing, each batch is treated as job or a separate unit. What is mean by that? If we can take as garment industry as best example for this, we can be give your order, or for example we are producing 500 pieces of a garment. We can if you are running a buying office, you will be placing the order to the manufacturing unit. Yes, that can be called as batch costing, where only one style, only one particular color, or only one particular size can be given. Every 500 unit will be in the uniform nature. That is called as a unit. So that costing will be called as batch costing. Yes, if there are difference in sizes, if there are difference in the design itself, that will become under batch costing. There are two batches, right? Only if there is if we are following only one color, only one design, only one size, there is no difference, every other things are identical, then it will be coming under this batch costing. Okay, if there is any difference, that will be coming under what? Job costing. There are different jobs doing over there. Okay, so these are all the difference between job costing and batch costing. Industries like bakery, pharmaceuticals, etc. will be coming under batch costing. What they are doing in the bakery? Yes, cakes, pastries and all, they will be following the same. Every other things will be in the same manner, yeah, biscuits and all. So that's why bakery industry are coming under batch costing. Okay, next one, target costing. In this method, before commencement of the particular job, the cost of work is estimated with the help of experts. Yes, and this estimated cost is termed as target cost. The contractor is paid commission at a certain percentage on this cost. So this is also this can be a similar method of contract costing. Yes, before starting the job itself, we are calculating what is the cost, what will be the cost incurred for producing that product. We'll be calculating that. So after that, if you are placing that order to the contractor, we'll be releasing a particular amount. In the initial stage, we will be releasing particular amount. After the completion, then we will be releasing the balance amount. So that is the concept in target costing. In the contract costing, that we may give the entire amount in the initial stage itself or in the ending stage. But in target costing, it will be different. Like we'll be releasing the money in the initial stage and the balance amount will be in the final stage. Okay. And then next one is continuous operation costing. We already seen there are two types of costing. What are all that? Major division, specific order costing and continuous operation costing. Specific order costing, there are four types of costing: job costing, batch costing, contract costing and target costing. Now we are going to see about continuous operation costing. In the continuous operation costing also there are four types. What are all those four types we will be going to see. So first, continuous operation costing, process costing. This kind of costing is used for products which go through different processes. Yes, what is meant by that? The costing which is involved in every other process. In this we are going to see the example of production of a garment from the initial stage to the garment. For example, manufacturing clothes goes through different process. Yes, you are all agree, right? Yes. First process is spinning. What is meant by spinning? Production of yarn. Yes. The output of spinning is yarn. It is the finished products which can be sold in the market to the weavers as well as used as a raw material for weaving in the same manufacturing unit. Yes. The one will be producing the yarn. The one will be producing the fiber. Production of fiber is a process. Second process, production of yarn. That is a process. So there are two processes now we have seen. Then for the purpose of finding out the cost of yarn, the cost of spinning process is ascertained. What is meant by that? To estimate the cost of yarn, what you will do? What happened in the spinning? That records you have to take and you have to calculate the cost or ascertain the cost. Ascertaining means calculating. Okay. The second step is the, what is after that spinning? Weaving alone. What are all the production process of fabric? There are two production process, right? How can we produce fabric? What is? Yes, very good. Weaving and knitting. Both weaving and knitting we can be producing the fabric after the yarn stages. So in this we are seeing about the weaving process. Second step is the weaving process. The output of weaving process is what? Cloth or the fabric, which also can be sold as the finished product in the market. But can we sell the yarn as a finished product to the market? Yes, you can sell, right? But the target customers will be the weavers or the knitters. Yes, knitting company or the weaving company will be the market for the yarn manufacturers. The fabric can be sold in the market to the consumers directly also. Yes, you can see the difference, right? And the finished products can be fabric also. In such case, the cost of cloth needs to be evaluated. How you evaluate the cost of cost? By ascertaining what? Cost of raw material, cost of manufacturing, cost of weaving or knitting. Yes. Yes. The third process is converting the cloth into finished product or whatever may be the garment, shirt or a trouser or whatever may be the garment, t-shirt or anything. Each process is to be evaluated separately, as the output of each process can be treated as finished goods as well as consumed as raw material for the next process. Yes. So for calculating the cost of a particular finished product, what you will do? You will be calculating the raw materials. If we take the raw material for trouser or a t-shirt, fabric, trims and accessories, very good. Stitching cost, manpower, machinery, then yes, that is what manpower. Transport, very good. Packaging, yes, packaging, the labels attached, the other things, and electricity, everything will be calculating. For each and every product we have to calculate, and then that is called unit costing. Yes, unit, for every unit we calculate, and for the entire thing process costing can be involved and it can be calculated. That is what the given example is giving us. In such industries, process costing is majorly used to ascertain the cost at each stage of production. So every other stage of production is treated as every other process. For every other process, the costing involved is ascertained, and then only we are able to give a final cost to the particular product. That is called as process costing. Yes. Next one is output or unit costing. Output costing is a method of cost which is ascertained, and these are used in the industries which have the following features. Production consists of single product or few varieties on the same product with variation in size, shape, quality, etc. This output cost is used in garment industry as well. Production is uniform and continuous process or continuous basis. So production, if it is in the uniform basis, in the size, in the color, in the shape, the variations will be very minimum, and there will be using the output or unit costing. And then next is operating costing. This is the method for designed to ascertain and control the cost at the undertakings which do not produce the products but the services. Operations. So we'll be selling product. We can able to sell the product and also the service. What is meant by service? You can able to see the manpower suppliers. Yes, the HR people, human resource people, they will be supplying some group of people to the assigning for a particular job. They are not rendering any product to us. They are providing services to us. Yes, that is also a market, right? So in that and all, we can be able to ascertain the cost by use of operating costing method. It is also known as service costing. So operating costing is also called service costing. Operating costing is the cost which is given for rendering the services. Yes. And then next one is multiple costing. When the output comprises many assembled parts or components such as television, which we have already seen in assembling, right? Standardization, assembling, grading and all we have seen, right? In the assembling, what we will be doing for making a cycle, we'll be assembling the parts, right? Different parts from different companies or different manufacturers. We'll be outsourcing the many parts and we'll be assembling to get a final product. So that is what the example is given. Motor car or electronic gadgets, these costs have to be ascertained over each component as well as the finished products. Yes, for every other part we will be giving a particular cost. For the finished product also we'll be assigning the cost. Why? We will be calculating every other element, every other product, every other parts of the product, we will be assigning the cost. And for the final product also we will be assigning cost. Why? To gain profit. For assigning that we are involving a particular company, right? For assembling people are involved. For assembling machinery is involved. For assembling electricity is involved. Everything is involved. So we will be assigning cost for every other product which are outsourced, and also for assembling we are giving a particular cost. We have to combine both the cost and we have to keep the profit level, then only we can be able to ascertain the cost for that particular product. That is called as multiple costing. Therefore, this type of costing is known as a composite costing or multiple costing. Composite means a bigger thing. A process is bigger. Yes, yes. And the next one is the next topic is importance of apparel costing. Why we have to do costing in apparel? Apparel costing is the tool that helps the manufacturing companies to determine the cost per unit of manufacturing a product. Yes, you all agree. Cost per unit means what? Yes, the cost which is involved to produce one unit or one single product. That will be calculated for the multiple products. It is essential for getting an accurate analysis of cost and ascertaining the profitability of each product. That's why we are giving assignment like if you are producing women's apparel, you'll be producing only one product for a particular exercise. So you have to estimate the cost estimation you are preparing. So if you prepare a cost estimation for one unit, then we can be able to identify what are all the costs actually involved in that product. So we will be taking into the large scale. So very important to give a unit cost for a particular product in apparel industry especially. It acts as a guide for fixing the price of the goods being manufactured. Yes, it is common. This point is common. The next one is, next, there are several objectives that can be achieved through apparel costing. Costing helps the business in classifying, subdividing the cost and allocating budgets for every operation. We have seen in process costing. Like in process costing, there are different operations involved. Yes, different operations involved to produce a garment. So, by this apparel costing, we can be able to classify what cost involved and subdividing those costs. Second point is, this costing is allowing to set and measure the efficiencies and implement the budgetary control. What is meant by budgetary control? The budget means what? Fixation of price, fixation of, or analyzing the profit and loss, we can tell like that. Yes, analyzing the profit and loss of a company. If we talk about a company, what is meant by budget? Analyzing the profit and loss and analyzing the export movement. Yes, very good. So for costing, in apparel costing, we can use this apparel costing to measure the efficiencies. What is meant by efficiencies? The resources and efficient usage of resources, we can tell like that. So budgetary control can be done using apparel costing. Apparel costing allows a business to clearly see where resources are being wasted. In the morning we were discussing, right, where it is wasted. So if we analyze clearly, we can able to identify what is lagging, what are all the extra or unwanted steps we are doing, what are all the unwanted cost involved in particular product, producing a particular product, we can able to identify. So by producing a cost sheet or by producing the apparel costing method, by using the apparel costing method, we can be able to identify what is lagging, what is the wastage, and we can calculate that. By eliminating those wastage, we can be able to earn profit. Yes, it is an important tool of management control, helping with cost audits and price determination. Cost auditing is, we have already I told, right, cost auditing is the calculation of profit and loss, and price determination for a particular unit. From that we can be able to give cost for a whole entire thing. Yes, next one, costing helps to make better business decisions by accurately predicting the cost of production. If we already seen, right, in the last slide, by reducing the waste, we can be able to identify what is the actual cost involved, so we can able to easily fix the cost for a particular unit. The costing process also helps the management in charting out an effective expansion strategy. Expansion strategy means expansion of the manufacturing unit. Yes, if we eliminate the cost, if we have the budgetary control, if we ascertain a exact cost for a particular product, we can be able to earn more profit. Then we can able to expand our business. That expansion strategy will be identified after doing apparel costing. Okay, it allows them to take suitable steps to account for and manage seasonal variations in volume, cost, and so on. There are different time where we have to produce more products, or we have to produce in bulk in a particular season. After that we may not be getting orders. So in that area, in that time, we can able to easily manage our business by using costing, apparel costing. Yes, apart from the problems, costing also shows what's going well in the business, what is actually happening in the business. If we sit back and do the costing, we can be able to identify what is actually happening in our business. It is not only for apparel business, it is suitable for all the business. Just like that, we should not do that. Every other product, just we are going and we are buying, outsourcing, manufacturing, everything we are be doing. But you have to sit back and do the costing, work out on the costing, then only we can be able to expand our business, earn more profit. Yes, earn more customers too. Overall, it is safe to say a good apparel costing strategy is the bedrock of any successful business. Yes, good to do costing before starting or while running the business. Yes, next. Thank you.